Yeah, I feel like we need to have a busy summer, and we will have a busy summer. Hopefully we can get some things accomplished that we need to. I think we need to upgrade our talent level on our team. And at the same time, I'm very excited about a lot of the individuals that we have. Actually, all the individuals I thought played the best basketball of their careers in a lot of cases. And so I'm excited about the players that we have. At the same time, I feel like we're not at the same level as a team like Cleveland, and we found that out. You can just talk. I don't know if you need a mic.
How much does the rising cap in the future impact what you guys are going to do this summer? Because so many other teams will have cap space with you in the coming years.
Yeah, that's a factor. I think that's a factor for every team going forward. And trying to figure that out and use the cap wisely. Yeah, we'll be responsible in how we utilize the cap.
Does it increase your aggression this summer because of how many teams will have it in the future?
You know, it's all it depends, right? It just depends on who's available, who you can get, and you know, we need to use it wisely. We haven't ever had cap space, I don't think, in the history of the Celtics, for sure since I've been here. So we need to use that space wisely. We can't just spend it just because we have it.
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Just going off of Jay's question, have you guys just tried to gauge again from a player perspective how much that's going to obviously, some guys might opt for shorter term deals based on the fact that the cap will be rising.
Yeah, we don't know any of that yet. We're not allowed to talk about free agency until July, so we don't know any of those. But there's speculation, and we're anticipating that could be the case, that some people might opt for shorter term deals, but we don't know that. Every player is unique and different.
During your career with your Celtic teams, there were confrontations on the floor. What do you think of Kevin Love saying Kelly actually tore out his shoulder on purpose?
Yeah, I think that's a little bit over the top. I mean, it's understandable, and you know, the heat of the battle. You know, I feel bad for Kevin Love because he's waited a long time to get where their team is right now, and now doesn't get a chance to play. So, but I certainly don't think that Kelly did it on purpose. I don't even think that play would have been reviewed more than a foul had Kevin not gotten hurt. But because Kevin did get hurt, the league does evaluate those situations, and I understand a little bit why they did it. There was a lot of pressure on Cleveland. They were losing J.R. Smith in the first couple of games in the next round, and they have Kevin out for the playoffs now. So I'm sure there's a lot of frustration in Cleveland, and they wanted some justice, and they scrutinized it, and felt like Kelly gave a little bit too much at the very end of that arm tangling, and when someone gets hurt, you're just under a little bit more scrutiny. But I thought it was just a foul, two guys going for a loose ball.
Along those lines of last season, you know Rick Carlisle, you know Rajon Rondo very well. Are you surprised at how that situation ended up playing out?
I am very surprised, yeah. You know, I really don't know what happened other than media reports. So I probably shouldn't comment any further on that. I like both individuals, and I'm very surprised that it didn't work out better.
Danny,
That sounds like Ainge, or oh yeah.
yes, Danny. Of the guys that you have that are going to be free agents this summer, can you just talk about the likelihood most of those guys will be back next year, or you will pursue bringing those guys back next season?
Yeah, so rather than going individual by individual, I would just say that, you know, we like all of them, and, you know, to some degree. And some of it's just going to be dependent upon numbers and roster spots and draft and trades and everything else. So you just can't emphatically say anything about anybody other other than I can emphatically say that, you know, we will definitely qualify Jay Crowder, which I think is pretty obvious, but other than that, the unrestricted free agents, it's uncertain. But we do like each one of them, and would welcome any one of them back at the right price and in the right role.
And so the question, for the guys that are under contract for next season, are any of those guys having any type of off-season surgeries or procedures or anything like that? Because we had some guys who kind of nicked up a little bit.
No, I don't think so. There's no off-season surgeries planned that I'm aware of.
Danny, I guess there was some talk that part of you did not want the team to make the playoffs, so you have a better draft pick. Just how do you feel the way the season turned out? I think it was good for the team, the players on the team, to experience the playoffs.
That's just bullpen stirring the pot. You know, listen, we started the season out with high expectations. I didn't believe that we were a championship contender at the beginning of the year, but we certainly thought we were a little bit better than how we played early on. And then when we made the trades early in the season, I think our expectations were a little bit less. We were going to play our young guys and focus on them. And there was probably more attention on the draft to me at that time. But I never intervened with the players or coaches and give them any direction one way or another, other than to go out and win and create a culture and of winning. And when we acquired Isaiah, I knew he would make us better. And ultimately, we acquired Isaiah, so we were fine with that. I mean, it's that simple. The decisions that we made weren't always to try to be the very best we could be this year. When we were making the decisions, we didn't know we'd be better even before we got Isaiah. And then when we got Isaiah, we knew that was a missing piece, that we needed an offensive score, a fire plug off the bench that can create offense. And we were pretty sure that was going to make us better. And ultimately, we chose to do that.